Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If you don't catch your storyline or wavelength on this one, check your other major placements. We're starting off with the oracle cards of Moonology and Work Your Light, and then we're going to move on to more traditional tarot spread with the Crow Tarot. Nope, not a book. Okay. All right. Oh, well, if you have a yes or no question, now is the time to formulate it. Oh, okay, so we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So we're headed somewhere, but something needs to be adjusted. Expectations, the energy around it somehow needs to shift a little bit. So this is a smaller adjustment. This is more an energetic adjustment, or it could be a bigger adjustment, I guess. I mean, adjustments are required though. So you're going to have to get you're going to have to get used to something or get used to an idea of something. You either need to adjust to something or you need to adjust something, maybe about yourself or maybe about your environment. So adjustments are required. It's very interesting to me because it connotates a couple different things, but you may need to adjust to something and get used to an idea of some sort. But you are headed, but there is like shifting that's involved. You're headed someplace, you know where you're headed, but there is some shifts that you are going to be required to go through, either internal or external, getting used to something. Then we have the crumbling. What are you clinging to? So you may not want to shift this thing, shift this expectation, shift these ideas. That may not be something that you're really interested in right now. It may feel a little bit scary, a little bit earth-shattering. I mean, this is usually for Work Your Light. This is sort of the Tower card. We've got the typical tower, basically. But it's like an old structure in your life that its time has come. It's time to move on and away from this thing. It's old. It's a ruin in a way, not because it's ruined, but because it's just its time has come, and it belongs in a different era, a different time of your life. And there's this whole new opening here, but this doesn't necessarily need to be discarded, right? We love ruins. I love ruins. I love to visit ruins of ancient cities and ancient temples. I love that stuff. It's so beautiful. So it's not like this needs to be completely destroyed and obliterated and made to look like it never happened, not once. It's just that it's a place to visit. It's a place to remember. It's a place to honor, but there's a whole new place opening up here. There's a whole new opening, right? There's a birthing of something new. It's just beginning though. Here we have some sort of adjustment being required, and this is actually a pretty big adjustment. So maybe normally I see this card as a small adjustment, tweak your attitude, get used to something, but maybe it's get used to this no longer being a viable home, a viable place to live. Get used to that being a ruin, being from the past. We don't live in the ruins anymore. We live in newer houses that can accommodate our current needs, our modern needs. This one will not be able to accommodate your current needs. This has a lot of promise, and there's an opening here. So you may need to get used to the idea that this is no longer a thing here. That this is no longer where you're living. This is no longer how you're going to be moving and how you're going to be doing something. This is no longer a part of an active part of your life. We don't need to obliterate it. It's just not part. I'm getting an idea of the Urban Crow Oracle has a ghost card. So something, and it talks about something that belongs in the past and needs to be sort of released and let go of. It's no longer part of your life, and yet somehow it might glitch and be continuing to show up. So something's falling apart and you need to let it go, and you need to get used to the idea that something is being let go of and something is moving on and is no longer a viable part of your life. So then we come to the yes, no, but this card is really interesting to me because what it says is no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay. So the yes card in this deck is just yes. It's like 2 pages of yes is the explanation. This no card to me means there's something very specific it's either no or it's postponed or paused, right? There's a huge barrier here. You may be able to see it, you may not be quite able to see it. Again, we have the lightning coming in here, and it's just like, it's almost like this is falling apart, but this isn't here yet. Like, so there's a postponement. There's something, both of these talk about huge structures, about sort of threatening, bold lightning strokes. And this one is like, yeah, you want to go to this place, but there's a lot of barriers. There's like a big boulder in your way. And you know what? It's not saying no forever. It's just saying no for now. Like, this isn't happening right now. This place where you want to go. Okay, and when we've got adjustments required, right? We said we know where we're going, but there's a postponement. There's a delay. There's something that that isn't working out right now. So either this pyramid crumbles. So maybe this is crumbling. Right now you're seeing it as a big barrier, but it's actually going to be crumbling. There's actually, right, because there's just like, maybe I should have read them like this. Like, here's this big barrier up here, lightning coming in. This is like, do not proceed down this path. Does this look like a good path to you? Does this look like this is all going to go well to you? No, wait a second. Just hold up here and let this storm pass and storm clear. And it might be clearing the obstacle as well. So there might be a storm coming through. Oh, maybe I did. It might be a storm coming through to clear out these obstacles that are in your path, but you're going to have to wait on something or postpone something. You are in the process of this huge cataclysmic change, not to make it too big, but you are in the process of a big change. And it looks like there's something kind of coming through that's trying to remove some barriers, but you might have to wait a little bit and say no to something for now. And I find that interesting because the yes is just say yes, period, end of sentence. No, which is typically, we can say is a complete sentence. We don't need excuses with no. We don't need reasons for no. But this also comes with the wait, postpone, pause. So it's not no forever, but it is no for now. I think there's something that there's something that needs to get cleared out here. And I love it because we're talking about like visiting these ruins, and this is the ruins of an ancient civilization. And maybe you're trying to move forward, you're trying to move out of these ruins, away from this this area that's no longer a viable area to live with, but there's some sort of blockage. But I do feel like this storm is going to clear, and there is a postponement, but you might need to adjust maybe your timeline for something, or maybe how smoothly you're expecting something to go. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, to-do list, and possible outcome. Fascinating. In your recent past, you have Queen of Wands. This could be a person that you know, or this could be an energy that you've been in. The queens are very internally focused, so they're in focus on the micro universe, the universe within. And they're also, the wands are about intuition. So they're very focused on their own intuition. Maybe in the past, you made highly intuitive moves. You were very intuitive. Look, she's got these beasts tamed. She rules the inner lions. There's a lot of inner peace. She's found some inner peace, some equilibrium. She has that internally, and is able to run her life from this inner sense of peace and equilibrium, with patience, with strength, with fortitude. And what are the lions in New York? The fortitude and, I don't know. Anyway, patience and strength. So we've got patience and strength here. And you've been, or someone you know, you've been a master of that at some point in your past. You were able to move very intuitively with this very strong inner guidance system, a very, I want to say tamed, sort of a tamed inner guidance system, or you had it under control. Not under control, there's not control here in a Queen of Wands. There's a sense of equanimity in the danger zone. Your peace is within your equanimity and sense of courage. You brought a lot of power, but it all came from within. It was all an internal thing. And so whatever peace was in the situation, you brought. Whatever strength was required, you brought that. You've been either that or you know someone, but I'm thinking it's you. In the past, you've been able to handle things and adjustments and stuff like that with a lot of inner strength and equanimity. In your current situation, we have 9 of Wands. Okay, the wounded warrior. All right, there are wounds, there are gashes. You just kind of want to take your ideas and go home. I do see sort of this tower in the background, but it's fading. It's like you're fading, you're wounded. Instead of having it all, you just settle for one thing. But the 9 of Wands is typically about needing to continue on, but wanting to go home. You're still out here, you're still fighting, you're still doing the things that you got to do. But there's a sense of exhaustion here. You've been strong for a very long time. But now there's a sense of sort of like, good grief, I still have to keep doing this. I still have to keep going. I still have to keep working on this and keep moving forward, even though I'd really just like to go home and curl up in a ball. Like this, none of these cards right here are very easy cards. And you may be starting to feel that, like, this is exhausting. This is not going, I'm starting to lose my cool. I'm starting to not want this anymore. These lions are getting restless here, and I'm not sure how much longer I can keep my cool in this situation. Again, it's Wands, and it's a sense of exhaustion. And 2 weeks ago, I think this guy showed up all over the place. 9 of Wands was in just about every reading. And just this, I'm tired of this, and I need it to stop, and it's starting to get to me. The situation where I've been so strong, right? We have the sun here, the strength, and now it's starting to get cloudy. There might even be like a cloudiness of purpose of like, why am I even doing this? Because you're tired. So the inner exhaustion is starting to speak up and starting to maybe cloud your vision, right? There's ways of like accomplishing things, and one of the ways that I have found is that I have my executive moment and then I have my secretarial moment. But if my sort of the person that has to execute the vision gets involved in creating the vision, she's gonna have a much smaller vision because she does not want to do all of the work required. And so it's an interesting tactic to take like this moment and just be like, okay, vision big, like I'm the executive of my life and like I'm in charge of this. Vision big, okay. Don't worry about the work involved. Don't worry about this. Just what do you want? And then after that moment, then I've got a little to-do list for regular me, who's like, wow, that's kind of a lot. But that's, I'm here to execute the overall vision for my life. So there's a sense of like, in the 9 of Wands, there's a sense of like the secretary part of you, or the part of you that has to execute the plan, is being like, can we talk about this plan, please? Because there's a little too much involved here. This me was a little ambitious, and this me is a little tired and thinks this is and so the vision gets clouded by you not wanting to do that work anymore, right? Like, what if we just tempered down the vision a little bit? So to me, sometimes it's important to have the part of me that has to execute the plan only gets a small amount of say in what the plan is, because she just wants to chill out and rest sometimes, which is good. Resting is good, but you're not able to right now because this vision. So it might be clouding your vision. Your exhaustion and your frustration might be starting to interfere with this original idea that you wanted when you were so full of strength and peace and feeling on top of your game. Now you're feeling tired and you're like, what if we just tone this down? I'm not saying that's bad. Sometimes you gotta just be like, hey, you know what, that was a nice idea, but the reality of my energy level at this point is this and this. So there is some negotiation that needs to happen here between the vision and the energy to execute. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, look at this. Patience. You would like some patience. You're waiting for results. So this is what's on your mind. Results. For all of this work you put in this, with all this patience and strength, you put in all this work. You're starting to get tired. Where are the freaking results? You might be checking your inbox, checking your mailbox, snail mailbox. You're looking for something, some sort of result of all the effort and work that you've already put in. Where is it at? Like this crow has built a nest and is waiting for the mate, for the eggs, for the something to come in and fill this nest. We've already put in a huge amount of work. This is a glorious, massive, beautiful nest. And now we wait. And that we have patience and strength here in this first card. And here's a loss of strength. And here is starting to lose patience with the situation, right? And then you've got no, wait, postpone. And you're like, yeah, we already did that. We've already gotten no, wait, postpone. And our strength is being sapped. Our energy is being sapped. We started off like with these lofty goals, and now we're tired and impatient. What's at issue here? This is 3 of Swords, reverse. This is healing. Healing from heartbreak. Maybe you didn't get something you wanted. Maybe something didn't turn out well. Maybe you broke up and you're still in the healing process. And maybe you're like, where's my healing here? I've done all the work. I've put in my effort. I've been very fair and I've been a good girl. Where are my rewards? Why am I still so tired? I've done the work, but there's some sort of heartbreak here. This could be healing from heartbreak is usually how the 3 of Wands reverse, but I also see like maybe it's not breaking up. Okay. So this could be seen as a building breaking apart. This isn't like a breakup or an ending. There might not be like heartbreak here, or you might be healing from heartbreak, or it might not be as heartbreaking as, or you might have avoided heartbreak. That's also what I'm seeing, but the swords are coming out. Gravity's helping the swords be removed. So there's some sort of healing process, some sort of difficulty, hurt, and wound that you're recovering from. And you're tired and you're exhausted and you're impatient, maybe, about this healing process. You want to get back on top again. In your environment, you have the High Priestess. So there's a lot you don't know about what's going on externally in your life, right? You're here waiting impatiently, and this High Priestess is here. There's stuff you don't know, and for a reason. There's a sense of a reason for this. Things are shrouded. Things have been veiled. There are things that are being revealed. So there's stuff that you're learning about, and that's being revealed, that was hidden from you, either by the universe for your benefit or by somebody else for whatever reason. There's a sense of starting to see something being revealed in your environment, and both of these things, right? Something being, because the High Priestess is about what can be revealed and what is not being revealed. This doesn't so much have to do, in the way I read these cards, as psychological issues, right? The moon to me has more to do with like things revealing parts of yourself. This is something external to you. This is something that you haven't been able to see, you haven't understood. This is something that maybe has been hidden from you, maybe a process that's been hidden from you, maybe communication that's been hidden from you. There's something in your environment that you haven't seen because you couldn't see it, either because the universe didn't want you to see it or because somebody else didn't want you to see it. So there's something in your environment that's been kept from you and hidden from you. And maybe that's a little bit of these adjustments and this waiting, postponing, because something's being withheld, something, you can't see the whole picture. You can't see the whole picture right now. You probably know that, and that's where this exhaustion and impatience is coming from. You can't see the whole picture. There's a lot here you don't see, you don't understand. I think some facade may be crumbling away, and you're starting to see something and starting to understand something. And then this could have to do with your healing process too. As we heal from things, we start to understand and see more things about what's gone on, how we got to the places we got. And then we have in your environment, no, your to-do list, Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, I feel like whatever you've been waiting for is coming in here. This is a new job offer, a new direction, a new apartment, a new house, a new car, something physical, something very real, and it's new and it's coming in, and you are grabbing this opportunity. This is an opportunity coming towards you, and you're looking for an opportunity to say yes to something. Oh yes, you're looking for I feel like there's been a postponement, right? Because these cards talk about already something's been very postponed. The answer has been repeatedly no. There might have been some heartbreak here. You don't know why it hasn't worked out, but something is coming in here. There's a new opportunity coming in here, and when it arrives, you can say yes. But I feel like this no card has been like there has been a postponement. But things are starting to move and you need to adjust to that. So Ace of Pentacles, you may need to adjust expectations for what this new job is going to be like. It's very physical, it's very real, and it's sort of this new thing sort of breaking through some of the clouds. Again, I see a tower here, but this is like, this tower is whole and is becoming clearer. It's like the storm clouds in this one are clearing. Oh, look at this. So we have these clouds have come in, clouded your vision, clouded your energy, maybe some brain fog here. And then in this one, I see the clouds clearing, and we have a new tower that we can now finally see. So things are going to clear up. There is going to be a new thing to begin. You will be beginning a new thing. There'll be something to start anew in the real world. It could have to do with work, money, something like that. But these clouds that have come in and made you exhausted and made you sort of clouded your vision are starting to clear. And then you'll be seeing a new tower, a new structure in your life is coming in, and it'll be a new opportunity. And then we have this Temperance card, which I find very interesting because it's basically, a lot of times this card, adjustments are required. Getting used to something, being in the flow, there's a sense of divine timing, and there's a sense of sort of mixing things up as far as like adjustment, right? Temperance, like we've got a cup of super hot water and a cup of like horrifically cold water, and we're gonna mix them together until they're palatable, so there's an adjustment period coming. So you'll be adjusting to something. Things may swing a little bit back and forth as they sort of start to find some equilibrium, but there's a sense of finding some sort of equilibrium, finding some sort of even footing here, and it's all in the flow, right? There's these, it's like, there's some sort of honor here. There's some sort of new life coming in and being integrated into the old life. So an adjustment period. All right, Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I'll see you guys in a fortnight.